My name is Zanda Zaguza, all the way from SA. This is my Get to Know on Pi Radio. I grew up in the church. Most people don't know this about me, but I'm a PK. My grandfather was like head reverend at our church. So church has always been a part of my family. You don't go to church, then you don't go anywhere else, okay? So when I first fell in love with house, we are a very house-loving country as South Africa. So we were introduced to the classics like way back. So we were raised on that kind of music. So I wanted to infuse it with what I've been raised with and all the influences that I got along the way. And that's how I became a Afro house vocalist who sings about God, obviously. I think I said this before, South Africa is a very musical country. There's a song that explains everything, every situation that you go through. So if we couldn't say it in words, we always said it in song. So it's not really a surprise that we know how to express ourselves so well through song. Something that we were taught from a young age. But for me, being able to do that, I don't know, I guess it gives me an upper hand of sorts because I know what would really like touch a person's heart. So I put that in song. I know how to motivate a person with music. I also put that in song. So like it influenced my sound quite a bit. I always make sure that even if I include the world, like and use a universal language, I have to sneak in, you know, my own native language somewhere there just to bring my people in on my journey, you know? So yeah, man, it influenced me quite a bit. I went to art school. So I've got like an array of skills that I got from there. Trained in classical music and jazz, but also a trained actor. So I don't know, man, everything is a movie in my head before it's a song on, you know, record. So I imagine how people would feel when the song is out. I imagine the music videos, I do this, I do that. So it's an entire package. It's not just, you know, getting into the studio and writing a song. So I think I'm highly influenced by, you know, the film industry that goes on in my brain, as well as, you know, everything else that, you know, kind of helps me put together a project, yeah. I was homesick one day because when I am in Joburg, I'm actually far away from home. My hometown is Durban. I hadn't been home in about 6 months. I missed my family, my support system. So when they asked me to do the song, that's the headspace I was in. It was just my own personal experience, but having seen what the song does to people and how it makes everyone feel, it's actually very difficult to go and start a new life in a different country, I imagine. So songs like these kind of, you know, let you know that, you know what, someone's thinking about you, someone's proud of you, wherever you are. And yeah, when it's time and when you can, you'll just remember the road that leads you home. I believe that as people who are granted a platform, we have a responsibility to either build the community, comfort or encourage in a positive way. So I try to do that as much as I possibly can. I know how far and wide music can go. So why not, you know, build the nation rather than break it down? Yeah. If I'm perfectly honest, it wasn't easy. Every fiber in my being wanted to be in the music scene and, you know, keep releasing music, but my body just couldn't. I had to listen to my body and respect what it needed to go through at the time. And the break was probably the best thing I ever did, as hard as it was. I understood that I'd probably fall behind. The game could easily shift, you know, and I wouldn't know where I am or how to get back. But I had to just have faith. I had to have faith in my career. I had to have faith in my skills as an artist and faith in my supporters, you know, people who constantly move with me, and trust that whenever I decide to get back and when I'm perfectly healed and I'm in the right headspace, they'll be there to embrace me. I believe that every collaboration was a vital statistic in my career. Without each collaboration that I worked on, I don't think I'd be where I am, or who I am rather. But the most fun I've had was definitely with Master KG on the Skeleton Move Africa tour. It was my first time touring Africa. In my head, I had always believed that every other country is like my own, but I got like a learning experience like no other. But I also got to embrace other cultures, and everything that was happening around me started to make sense. Like I knew now that, okay, like other people live this way, so we have to be a bit more understanding when they come into your country looking for a better life, you know? Yeah, man, it was the most fun I've had, I don't know, ever since I was born, I guess. We met various artists from other towns, the likes of Joe Boy, Ice Prince, you name them. And yeah, man, we were embraced with warm hands. It's an experience I'll never forget. As a vocalist in South Africa, probably getting credit for your work is like the hardest thing to do. Mainly because we're a country that praises DJs a lot. We make the music, they play it, they get the glory. We're trying, you know, we're putting systems in place and laws that also lift the vocalist as much as they do the DJ or any other, you know, compiler of sort. So it's crazy that I experienced such problems when I started singing, and I'm still experiencing them how many years later. But we're trying our best to make sure that every vocalist that works on a track and, you know, helps elevate the track, you know, gets as, you know, the same amount of gigs as, you know, same number of gigs as the DJ or the compiler, and they get to, you know, get their time in the spotlight. So we're working on that. It's quite hard, but we'll get there eventually. Sometimes you make moves right now, but not for you, but for the future generation. It's very important to leave a foundation for the kids, you know what I mean? So the tricks with vocal warm-up is you hitting high notes and low notes at the same time. This stretches your vocal cords and makes them, you know, nice and warm. So there's a song by an artist in South Africa called Judith the Puma. It's called A Cry, A Smile and a Dance. And it goes like this. Fly away, my heart, don't despair. The world is full of joy. You cry, you smile, and you dance. So you see what I did there? So you get to warm up like in each and every range, and it's kind of a powerful song. So that's my shower song. Every day, anytime I need a warm up, that's my go-to. There's gonna be a shift in genre. I promise not to, you know, go far away from what people know me for, which is house music. But I thought it's time for me to express other avenues and just showcase my talent, you know. I've got Afro soul songs coming up, Afro pop. I'm a piano, obviously, the country's greatest export. And yeah, man, and a little bit of house, you know, just to bring things back to home. Angina kaya sengi lalema dangeni. Oh, sengi wundinga stebeni. Angina kaya sengi lalema dangeni. Gila galelen, gila galelen, gila galelen, gila